Okay, so today we're going deep on something pretty heavy. One of those moments that kind of just sticks with you, the assassination of JFK.
Yeah.
Back in Dallas, November 63. A lot of folks think they got it all figured out already.
Right.
But there's a ton of stuff out there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, seriously, thousands of documents the National Archives have released. We're talking real deal stuff, not just the same old stories.
Exactly. We're talking primary sources.
Right. So that's what this is about, right? Sorting through it all, finding the nuggets,
Yep.
and honestly figuring out what we still don't know about this whole thing.
You know, it's amazing just how fast everything went down. I mean, Kennedy's shot.
Yeah.
They catch Oswald. And boom, case closed, right? At least that's how it seemed at first.
Yeah, except not so much. That's where the Warren Commission comes in, right? They're supposed to be the official word.
The authority, yeah.
Lone gunman, end of story.
But then you start digging into these files.
Oh, yeah.
Things get a lot more complicated.
Real
Murky is a good word for it. You start seeing these hints that maybe Oswald wasn't alone, maybe there were other people involved.
And it's not just whispers and rumors. It's right there in the official record.
Exactly. And it's not just who might have been involved. It's also these characters who keep popping up.
Oh, yeah, like who?
Well, you got Jack Ruby, for starters. The guy who shot Oswald. Nightclub owner. Was his connection to all this? Still a huge mystery.
Right.
Then you have Gary Underhill, CIA guy.
Right.
Now, he's saying some pretty cryptic stuff about the assassination.
Cryptic how?
Just hinting that things aren't what they seem. And coming from a CIA operative, that's not something you can just brush aside.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. Talk about adding fuel to the conspiracy fire.
Exactly.
Makes you wonder about those agencies, the FBI, the CIA. What did they know? When did they know it?
Yeah, those are the big questions. There's a whole section of these documents that really focuses on those agencies. It raises questions about how they handled information before and after the assassination. Were there warnings they missed? Did they cover things up?
Big yikes, if so.
Big yikes. And of course, you can't talk about JFK without talking about the magic bullet theory.
The what?
The magic bullet. That's what the Warren Commission called it. This one bullet that supposedly hit both Kennedy and Governor Connally.
Oh, wow. For real.
Yeah. But even to this day, people are arguing about it.
Like experts.
Experts. Some say there's no way one bullet could have done all that damage, that the trajectory doesn't make sense.
That's pretty wild.
It is wild. And it's part of what keeps people fascinated by this, even all these years later.
Yeah, it's crazy how something that happened so long ago can still grab people like this.
It really is.
And I think the release of these files definitely sparked something new. Like, there are whole online communities dedicated to this stuff, and not just older folks either.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, Jack Schlossberg.
Right, yeah.
Carolyn Kennedy's. Yeah. He's keeping the memory alive, asking questions. It's like this tragedy still resonates today.
It does. And for anyone who wants to dig into this stuff themselves, the National Archives website is the place to go.
Yeah.
It's all right there. Start with the Warren Commission report, get a sense of their take on things, then dive into the newly released files. That's where it gets really interesting.
Right.
You can see how the story changes.
Yeah, and as we're poking around in all this, we got to remember, this isn't just an intellectual exercise, right?
Absolutely.
This is a huge tragedy.
It was.
The president was killed.
The nation was in mourning, and those questions, those doubts, they haven't gone away.
Nope, not at all. So what do you think? What's the takeaway for people listening, besides the history of it all?
Well, I think it shows how history is never really closed, There's always more to learn, more to uncover.
Yeah.
And even when something seems settled, there can be these lingering doubts, these unanswered questions.
Right. And I guess that's kind of the bigger point here, isn't it? How do we deal with that? How do we grapple with these big events that we may never fully understand?
That's a question we all have to answer for ourselves.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
See you next time.
See ya.